So the Premier League is just full of surprises. Today we go over the last weekend game of fixtures in the weekend recap. Coming up next. What's up guys, and welcome to JNO United, bringing the best in football news, entertainment and games. And today it's another week gone, it's another episode of the weekend recap. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're over 1,900 subscribers, bringing you football every single week. And let's just get straight into the news. And the biggest news I want to talk about first is Romelu Lukaku has decided to stay at Everton for at least another season, maybe to see what Ronald Koeman can do at the club, with Romelu Lukaku leading the line, and with the likes of Deulofeu, Morales, Barkley and Yannick Bolasie all looking good under Koeman. And they've got Gaya, or Gay, I don't know how to say his name, in the holding midfield role with Gareth Barry. I think potentially Everton could do really well this season. But on to Everton and their game against West Bromwich Albion, and part of me wonders, is it really a good experiment doing the 3-4-2-1 with Everton? I'm not convinced by that formation just yet. Maybe it just takes some time for the players to adapt to that formation. They did look good at times in their game against West Brom, but I wasn't convinced. Yannick Bolasie, however, did look very promising and should have probably got an assist, but Ross Barkley managed to head wide. Either way, going away to West Brom and having a game against Tottenham, I think Everton will be happy with 4 points so far this season. Speaking of people that would have been happy, but probably aren't anymore, we're looking at Liverpool fans. It must be really hard being a supporter of Liverpool. First game week you come up against Arsenal, defence was a bit shoddy, but your attack was on form and you managed to win 4-3. Come up against Burnley, your defence was poor and your attack didn't know how to break a 2 banks of 4 in a 4-4-2 formation. Liverpool rarely threatened the Burnley goal from inside the box, and when they did, Tom Heaton was definitely on form enough to keep them out. To compile the misery, Gray and Vokes from Burnley, the 2 strikers, didn't have many opportunities, but they put 2 of their 3 opportunities away in style, counter-attacking the Liverpool team and basically showing their defence to be very, very weak at the moment, especially at playing the ball out from the back. Now you know it's not a good day at the office when you have over 80% possession and you still can't get a goal. And that is my problem with that Liverpool team. They really seem to perform against the good clubs. When it comes to playing the clubs lower in the table, they seem to struggle. And if they don't fix that, they're never really going to challenge the top 3 or 4 places. Moving on to the Watford versus Chelsea game, and for a lot of that game it looked like Watford would come away with the win. Capoue is proving to be a pretty lethal midfielder when he bursts into the box. That's 2 goals in 2 games, and Watford looked to be the more likely to win until the end, until Fabregas was brought on, which makes me wonder, why on earth are you playing Matic just in front of Kante? Have Kante, have Matic, have them rotate in the formation, but when you've got someone like Fabregas who can pick up passes and has the vision that Fabregas has, why on earth is he not starting? I believe with Fabregas involved in the game, Chelsea would have broken down Watford a lot better and it probably wouldn't have been as close as it was. Speaking of Chelsea, Diego Costa, it's just a bit of an enigma, isn't he? One, players need to learn, do not argue with the referee, especially in a disrespectful manner, because you will get a yellow, and that pointless yellow could see you get sent off. Now I personally think Diego Costa should have been sent off when he had a ridiculous dive trying to win a free kick or a penalty, and fortunately for him he got away with it. Unfortunately for Harry Arter, he didn't get away with a disrespectful comment to a referee, because later on he got sent off against West Ham. But Diego Costa, I just see him getting lots of yellows and potentially getting sent off a lot, which could open the door for Batshuayi, so it's not like you don't have a replacement there. But I just think Diego Costa needs to rein it in, and he needs a manager that will make him rein it in, and I just don't see it happening. I personally, as a manager, would move him on, but that's my opinion. Wouldn't really be a recap without saying Hull have done it again. I'm not sure how they've done it again with only 13 first team professional players. Beating Leicester was a surprise. Beating Swansea shows that even if you've only got 13 players, if they're all committed to the cause, you can still get results. Curtis Davis especially looked dangerous from set pieces, seems to be a really good leader in that team. And most importantly, Hull are disciplined defensively, which was the foundation for their victory in this game. Moving on to Spurs versus Palace, and Vincent Janssen you really need to find your shooting boots, mate, because that was a pretty poor display of finishing. They brought back Harry Kane to play in the number 10 role, and he actually didn't look bad there. It looked like he didn't have to worry too much about his positioning, maybe a bit similar to Ibra, likes to be able to float around, find the pockets of space, and Lamela also looked pretty good, as well as did Dele Alli when he came on. He didn't start because of apparently a slight illness or something along those lines, but Dele Alli looked good when he came on. I think Lamela at the moment is actually the most nailed on of those midfielders though, which is a surprise. But he has looked good this season, so I can't complain about that. I think when Dembele comes back, that will be a very, very good Tottenham side. Dembele is one of those players that you don't always notice, but he has clearly shown that when Tottenham have Dembele, Tottenham are a better club. Downside for Palace is they just really do not look like a threat on any of their opposition's goals. But Benteke coming in could change that, so it's exciting times for Palace because I still think they have a good team there, they just don't have the striker to finish those chances. Just a quick mention of the Sunderland Middlesbrough game. Stuani, 2 goals, 2 shots, 100% goal conversion rate, and his first strike was absolutely incredible. And then finally we come on to the first Friday game of the season, and it was Manchester United versus Southampton, and it was a good game for Man United fans. I think Pogba fitted into that team straight away, allowed Ibra more freedom to do what he wanted to do. And I definitely think the signs are there that this Man United side could definitely challenge for the title. Pogba, I think in the Premier League would be a perfect fit. From that game, I saw more from him than I saw in the Euros personally. And he's just full of energy, box-to-box midfielder. And I think you now have the star players. And if Mkhitaryan can hit the ground running as well, I think you now have a Manchester United side that have the stars to get the job done. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in to my weekend recap. Thank you to the subscriber that gave me the idea for the show name. I've been JNO, you've been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.